And today we're going to work on spinal flow and just taking our spine through all 6 degrees of freedom. So flexion, extension, both laterals, and twisting. And we truly are as young as our spine is supple. Not only does loosening our spine just make us feel younger, lighter, more supple, but it also creates a better flow of energy, nutrients, oxygen to our limbs, to our organs, our heart, our lungs, our brain, increasing and improving our cognitive function, and also making it so that our glands produce more efficiently. Our hormones are more regulated. So yeah, it just has multiple benefits to loosen up the spine. So we'll just be working through our set very gently, opening up space, creating, releasing tension from different areas of our spine. The only props are our blocks. They're optional. They're for our head to rest on and some of our forward folds. So we're able to get that rounding through the entire vertebrae, but we're not having our whole head hang or pull on our spine. So we're going to start in our butterfly pose for our first pose. So sitting up nice and tall, bringing the soles of your feet together. The knees are going to be winged out to the side, creating some space between your heels and your groin area. In this pose, if you want to use the blocks instead for underneath your thighs or your knees, you could do that. If you're feeling okay right here, you can use the blocks in front of you to let your head rest on. It's okay to let your whole spine round and your head hang for at least one pose. Loosening up the entire spine, but you're welcome to use the blocks for your head to rest on as well. So we're gonna get nice and tall and fold at the hips, and we'll just round at the spine, coming to your own level of depth here. So I'm gonna maybe take my heels a little further and just come down a little further. And you might come down quite a bit further than me. You might need only one block, or you might want to raise your blocks a little. The beauty of having props is we can really set these poses up to work with our body. And when we're here, we're really going to let everything go. We're going to be holding each pose for around 2 minutes, giving just enough time to get a light release from those deeper tissues. So really let go through the muscles, allow them to relax. Bringing awareness to your breath. Breathing into your belly and that lower back, just feeling everything expand and contract on the exhale. Take another breath here. And slowly walk your hands in close to your body, rolling up through the spine with your chin coming up last. And we'll remove the blocks, stretch your legs out for a moment, coming back onto your hands. And we'll just take a moment, moving your feet, circling the ankles. And we'll come into our straddle this time. So bringing your legs out to the sides, just coming to maybe like 60% of what your full extension is. We're really not pushing this. This very light sensation, the inside of your thighs. You can bring your blocks in front of you here for this, as well. We'll hinge at the hips. I don't go far at all in this one. So this one I'll have my blocks even a little higher here. And no, I think I'll go a little lower. You can round your spine, let your head just rest on your blocks. Taking your time to set up the pose so that it works for your body. We don't need to rush into the pose. Maybe just noticing how the sensations progress throughout the pose. Some areas might, the sensations might start to edge away and dissipate. Other areas might start to become more noticeable. I can start off sometimes feeling it quite intensely in my lower back and my inner thighs. And then all of a sudden, I'll just feel it in my upper back starting to let go as it opens. And walk your hands in closer to the body. Roll up through the spine. Move our blocks to the side. Come back onto your hands. Bring your legs together. Stay here for just a moment without any movement. Just let everything recalibrate for a moment. You just get to notice what you feel here. And bring the soles of the feet to the ground, and we'll bring our knees side to side. It's a little windshield wiper action, just getting a little twist through our torso. And coming back through center. We'll set up for our classic forward fold. So this will be the last in our flexion part of this session. So our folding forward. So getting nice and tall to start off with, folding at the waist, and you can round at the spine here. And in this one, I'm just going to let my head hang here, but you are welcome to use your props in any way if you would like some support for your head. You could use a cushion. You could maybe put some blocks on your thighs. Once you're here, let go through the legs. I just had to tell my body to do that. They were still holding on. So soften through the legs. Let the upper body just be soft and heavy. We are not the doers. We're just kind of the beers here, allowing gravity to do the work. As we feel what we feel. As we be the witness of our body, the witness of our mind and our emotions, just letting everything be what it is, not trying to control any of it right now. Pamela Choden says, we are the sky and everything else is the weather. And that is our practice. Just be here and let everything else be what it is for the moment. And we'll slowly walk our hands in closer to our body, roll up through the spine, chin coming up last. Stay here for just a minute. Let your shoulders relax. Your spine just be neutral. Letting a little bit of a reset happen in the body. Again, we'll lean back on our hands, bring our soles of our feet to the ground, and just windshield wiper those knees again, taking them side to side. Just bringing some fresh circulation and energy into the lower back and the hips. And we're going to make our way down onto our bellies for our Sphinx pose. You're welcome to keep a block nearby for your forehead if you want for this. And coming down onto your belly slowly, let's just extend our arms up above, coming fully onto the front of our body, maybe our chin resting or our forehead on the mat. And this can just feel nice for the whole body to stretch out on your belly, a little pressure to the abdomen, a little wiggle of the hips, a little shimmy, loosening up the lower back. And then from here, slowly walk your hands in close to your body, coming onto your forearm. This way you can decide when you're at your level of depth here, appropriate level of depth. Where you're feeling some good sensation, no pain, no irritation. And from here, maybe you'd like to create some distance between your heels. And then you're also welcome to use your block for your forehead here. At whichever height works for you, maybe lowering it a little more. I think I'm just going to keep my neck neutral with my spine. And that is fine too. When you're here, really softening through the pelvis, letting that be heavy against the mat. The hips are heavy, the legs are just soft and heavy. There's a little activation in the arms, but we're just letting our chest hang through our shoulders. A little bit of an opening through the chest. And this is a nice pose to play with your edge in. If your sensations start to go away, if they start to lessen, you can always just inch your hands in a little closer to the body, deepening into the posture, or you can always go the other way. Taking your hands further out in front of you and lessening the pose. This gentle compression held over a period of time to the lower back is one of the best ways to stimulate the discs in between those lower vertebrae. Take 3 more breaths. And slowly lower your cheek down to the back of your hands, bending the elbows, let them come to either side, just coming into your crocodile. If you don't like this for your neck, you can bring your forehead or your chin to the backs of your hands. And just be here with the sensation. And bring the soles of the feet up into the air and take them side to side with your legs. Maybe circling the legs. Giving some motion into the ankles and the toes. Bringing the feet back down, bring your hands next to your chest, and we'll press back into our child's pose. So knees out to the side, big toes are touching, walking your hands to the front of the mat, and your forehead comes down. And from here, let go through the shoulders. Let go through the hips. And pressing into your hands, lock your hands in close to the body. Bring them underneath your shoulders. Your knees are coming underneath your hips, and we'll take some cat-cows here. So fingers are spread nice and wide. On your inhales, open through the chest, dipping your belly, lifting the chin, exhale, rounding the back, tucking the chin and the tailbone. These can be fairly shallow. Inhale into cow, exhale into cat. Moving the energy in the cerebral spinal fluid up our spine, all the areas we've just opened. And also moving anything dense out of our body, out of our system. Anything that's no longer serving us, cleansing. And come back to center, and we will make our way onto our backs. Your way down slowly. Maybe stretching out for a moment. And you're bringing your feet together, legs are extended, bottom of the mat. Arms are going to come right to the top of the mat. Arms just resting on the floor above your head. And if this is not comfortable, you can bring your elbows down. So you could come into more of a cactus shape, come down even further than that. If there's any tingling in the hands, if this is uncomfortable for your shoulders or any part. But once we're here, we're going to take our side body stretch. So keeping your hips nice and grounded to the mat, to the floor, we're going to walk our heels to the left, and we're going to walk our upper body to the left. So think of a banana shape or a crescent moon. And we're getting a stretch all along the side of our body. From the elbow, down through the armpit, down through the ribs and the waist and that right hip. And maybe even feeling it through that right leg. This nice side body stretch brings in a lot of vitality to the body. Walk your hands and your feet back to center. Bring your arms down by your side for a moment, just giving them a break before we go to the other side. Maybe wiggling the fingers, circling the wrist for a moment, looking out anything that we've loosened up, maybe shaking the hands and bringing your arms back up overhead. And this time, keeping your hips grounded, we'll walk everything to the right. Once you're there, finding a place you can come to where you can relax the body. And bring everything back to center. Coming back into one straight line, bring your arms down by your sides. Again, maybe just playing with the fingers, wiggling the fingers, circling the wrists. Bend at the knees. We're going to bring the soles of our feet to the ground. We'll come into our twist now. And if you'd like to get a little bit into the hips, you can take your right leg and bring it over your left leg. And then we'll move our hips slightly to the right and we'll bring our knees down to the left. So the upper leg is on top. The one that's twisting over is on top. And then once you're here, decide if you'd like any cushions or support underneath your legs here. Send your arms out. You can turn your chin towards the right. And if this is too intense for the glute or the outer hip, you can unwind the legs and just keep your knees together, just in your classic twist. In this one, we're stimulating our liver and our gallbladder meridian. We're stimulating all of our digestive organs. And we're twisting the entire spine. Strengthening, lengthening, creating resilience, that suppleness. Really relax through the legs and hips. And we'll come back through center. Unwind the knees. You can bring your left knee on top of the right leg this time, your left leg on top of the right leg this time, wrapping it around that right leg. Scoot your hips slightly to the left and bring the knees down to the right. And you can turn your chin to the left and let everything go here. Really actively go in and let go through the hips and the thighs, the lower back. And we'll come back to center, wind the legs. And we'll set up for our Shavasana. It might feel nice before setting up just to bring your knees in towards your abdomen. Maybe bring your forehead to your knees, get into a nice tight ball. And let everything go. Taking up some space on your mat, maybe covering up with the blankets. Releasing tension through the face and the body. Really feeling everything sink into your support. The mat, the floor. And let your body rest and recover from our practice. We'll gently wake up the body, some wiggling of the fingers, the toes. And we'll circle the wrists to the ankles. Let's give our body a nice stretch. Maybe bring your arms up overhead. And we'll bend at the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the ground, turn over onto your side, and very slowly make your way into your comfortable seat. Coming on. Maybe to an edge of a blanket or cushion. You can close your eyes and just take a moment to go inwards. Taking note of any shifts from the beginning of class till now in your body, in your energy. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Release through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose. And release. Let's rub our hands together, create a little heat, a little energy. Bring them in towards heart center. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.